Maharl's group. Last week we talked doubles, do's and don'ts in terms of baseline in the one up, one back. Today I'm going to talk about net play and what you should expect to do or should do at the net while your partner's at the baseline. There's several things to do and to read, so I'm going to go over those quickly. When you play the net in one up, one back for both sides, now that changes if the other side changes their formation. But let's say both sides are one up, one back. In general, you want to move up when the ball's on the other side of the net and look to poach or look to defend. And then as the ball travels by you and gets by you, once the ball is by you, then you defend a bit and open your feet to the other person that should be doing the same thing that you're doing. And so we've got offense and we've got defense. I'm a big fan of that. I love to dig and help my partner. There are people and coaches that really, I think, don't believe in the defensive part. It's all offense. And if you don't get the ball, you really just stay in the offensive mode here and hope that your partner keeps it by this person. I'm not one of those coaches. I think maybe at a certain level of tennis that might work. But at the club level, which is what I'm playing at now, I always like to move in and look to defend or poach, sneak around a little bit. And then once I can't get it, I retreat a little bit and I focus on what the other person might be doing. If I play against a real aggressive net player, I even defend more. If I play against a really passive net player who doesn't come in very much, I may defend less. I don't go back as much. So there's a lot of gray area there that you should be thinking about. I love to have my racket up in my left hand and I keep my arms bent so I can absorb power. If someone hits balls at me, I can absorb it, but then I can quickly push out and create power. That's worked very well for me, as opposed to having started stiff and straight. I like the idea of absorbing a ball so I can touch it or lob it, or then I can, if I want to, offend it. So going back to the original, so the ball goes by the net person and I'm going to move in and I'm going to look to poach, and I'll really look to poach if the ball is in the center of the court. If the ball is on the side of the court, I'm really watching, because I know that when the ball goes to the side of the court, my alley looks more open. And again, I think it's okay to leave it open to see what you're dealing with. If you've got a person that likes to go down the line, which is very personal, I may move over a little bit more. But the net is your friend over there. So let's assume the person doesn't go down the line very much. I'm looking to poach. I like to lead with my right foot and then poach across with my left. So I'm in like this. I'm squared up like this. So I'm not like here, but I'm facing my opponent, and I'll lead and then poach. And when I'm poaching, I'm going at a good 45-degree angle if I can. You don't want to poach going sideways or even backwards. That could be detrimental. But if I'm playing with a right-handed player, I've got a righty and a righty, I want to try to defend my deuce court player's backhand. So it's really important that you think this way, I think, when you're on the ad side poaching. If you're on the deuce side poaching and you're poaching with your backhand, which could be worse than your forehand, maybe not, and your partner's back here, maybe your partner likes their forehand like most men do. And if that's the case, there's less emphasis on maybe a poach there. But on this side, you're looking to poach. If you don't see it, you defend, and you look and you try to defend. And as you can see here, I'm a little closer to this tee than that tee. So many times during my day when I'm watching people, they'll defend maybe, but they won't square up, and they'll be actually closer to the side tee. You want to defend the middle tee first, and that way you can defend here, and then if they go here, you can cross there. I hope those tips help you, and like I said, it's very personal, the way you approach the net and the way you do net. I'm not a great poacher. I'm a better defender than I am poacher, but I will insert myself. And when you do poach, most of the time I'm going to poach down the center of the court or at the other person's feet. And if I don't like the other person, maybe the other person's midsection. No, but go at the other person's feet. And then after you poach at their feet, you're now standing right in the next spot closer to them, and you're ready for that comeback if it does. And if that comeback comes, you go one more time at them. So hope that helps you, and I'll see you guys on the courts.